a story that came out in Gizmodo, and it's dated June 1st, 2018. Opioids cause 1 in 5 deaths of young people in the U.S. in 2016. And we know this epidemic is not getting better. It is no secret that opioids kill more Americans annually than ever before. But a new study published Friday in JAMA Network Open highlights just how devastating the crisis has been to certain age groups. In 2016, it found opioid overdoses were responsible for a fifth of all deaths among people in their mid-20s to 30s, a 5-fold increase from 15 years ago. The researchers looked at mortality data collected by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention from 2001 to 2016. The overall percentage of deaths caused by opioids had jumped 296% over that time period, they found, accounting for 335,123 deaths in total. By 2016, 1 in every 65 deaths could be traced to opioids. They also estimated that nearly 1.7 million years of life were lost prematurely to opioids that year, a total higher than that caused by diseases like HIV/AIDS, high blood pressure, and pneumonia. The toll isn't evenly distributed among Americans. More than 2/3 of deaths were among men. And though much has been made of the growing number of deaths from drug overdoses among white, middle-aged Americans in recent years, so-called deaths of despair, the largest relative increase in mortality the researchers saw in people from the ages of 25 to 34. Opioids accounted for 4% of deaths in this age group in 2001, but a whopping 20% in 2016. Despite the amount of attention that has been placed on public health issues, where we are increasingly seeing the devastating impact that early loss of life from opioids is having across the United States, said lead author Tara Gomez, a scientist. All right, let me just go down a bit. Already, public health officials believe the worsening crisis fueled by greater availability of more potent street drugs like fentanyl has played a large role in lowering the average life expectancy at birth in the U.S. over the past 3 years. The crisis has seemingly had less of an impact in Europe, but the same can't be said for Canada. Yeah, they're having a terrible time up in Canada. That's very true. In fact, Gomez and her team were building off earlier research of that they found a similar pattern of deaths in that country. These numbers show us the dramatic impact of opioid-related harms across the demographics in the U.S., she stated. And we know this is not an isolated public health issue. It is one that spans across North America. The CDC estimates that over 42,000 Americans were killed by opioid overdose in 2016. And in Canada, an estimated 4,000 died due to opioids in 2017. Both are record highs. So there you have it. Canada and the U.S. both having, very serious problems when it comes down to the opioids. And being that it's labeled a public health issue, So these addicts do not go to jail. They do not go to criminal court. They go to drug court, which is actually prolonging this entire thing because there's no real harsh consequences. And we know rehab has a ratio of a higher failure than success. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. And I will see you on the next video. Peace, family.